so say you need your mini ball, so go and grab that now, and your mat you'll need as well, and if you have water to hand, that would be good too. Right, okay, are you ready? You're going to start with a ball between your ankles, of all places. So ball between your ankles, and just press down into the feet, pull up through the thighs and in through the lower tummy. Take a nice breath in and reach your arms up, and then breathe out, bring your arms down. Let's just start with a couple of circles. So make sure your toes are facing forward, nice even pressure on the feet, lifting up and around. Now lift your heels and keep the ball there, and then bring it down. And again, so lift the heels, lift the arms. If it's a bit too challenging with the arms going up high, just bring your arms up to shoulder height. That's your modification if you need to use that one. So keep, say, lower tummy drawing inwards. Reaching your arms a little bit higher is a little bit more challenging for your balance. Nice breath in, reach up. Breathe out, land the heels softly. Remember, I want you to have control over your movements. So no jerky, sharp movements. All nice and smooth. Nice breath out as you reach down, and one more breath in. Oh, don't lose the ball, and then breathing out, release. Good, take a little side bend, reach over to one side and center. Other side. So again, just get this to flow. We're just warming up through the joints just to see how we feel today. Keep the hips still and feet pressing down. Lovely stuff. Okay, and just do one more side bend here. And then coming back through the center. Right, bend your knees. Go down, grab your ball, place it above the knees here. But keep that sort of squeeze going on. So make sure the ball, your feet are close enough, because you don't want to have the ball here and then your feet out here, so you're pushing in. All right, make sure your feet are in. Feet, knees, hips all in a nice alignment preferably. Okay, and you're going to bring your palms together. Okay, you're going to sit the hips back, push the palms together, squeezing the ball, and then you're going to open out like a spring flower or summer flower now, and then coming in, push the hands together, sit back, and then spring open, nice and wide into that V. So push your palms together, and then open wide, sit back. So nice breath in here, and then exhale. As you exhale, tummy's pulling in, you're squeezing the ball. Sit down and reach open nice and wide. A nice V movement into the arms. Sit down and spring it open. 2 more times. Really push the palms together. And then spring it open here. Release your arms down. And just go into a little chair squat here. And then I want you to just, what we're going to do, we're going to pull this arm back and then just bring it round. So a little bow and arrow, other side, pull back, keeping your squat. So keep the squeeze on the ball. Straight in. Little spine rotation, yeah? Just do one more either side. Reach open, keep drawing the navel to the spine. One more. Come back through and then stand up, squeeze, push the palms back and lift the heels. Press, press, press. And then bring it back down. And then squeeze up. Whoops, lift the heels, push the palms back. And sit down. Squeeze up, keep going. Sit back. And squeezing up. Very good. It's a nice deep squat here. Trying to get through your full range. Go down as low as you comfortably can. Don't move into anything painful. That's counterproductive to do that. So listen to your body. Try and keep even pressure on both feet. And your tummy is drawing in, especially when you're lifting the heels, squeezing back through the shoulder blades. Just make sure you've got that support from the front of the body by pulling in. Not too hard, but you know something's going on. Last 2. Sit back. You should feel this in your ankles, your calves as well. And your feet. Squeeze, push, squeeze your shoulders back. And release. Good. Grab the ball. Just going to take it into one hand. And you're just going to draw, let the body move with you. You're going to draw a figure of 8 4 times. and then pass to the other hand. So it flows. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th one, switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch hands. So it goes nice and easy. 2, 3, 4. Switch hands next time. So you go across and just pass the ball over. So it's a nice, smooth transition. Pass. 1, 2. How's that going? 1, 2, 3, 4, and pass. That's it. Just keep going with that a couple more times. I'm just going to check on your comments because I can just see some coming through. And then just release that there. Now we're going to do a little lunge. Let me show you first. We've done this one quite a few times anyway. You're going to step to the side and bring the ball down towards the floor. But this time, instead of just staying here and pushing back in, we're going to put the ball to the floor if you can. Bum is going back, knee and toe is in line. And I want you to open out this arm where this hand is on the ball lightly. Open out and then reach the ball and then come back up to the centre. And then you go to the other side. So you stick your bum out, this leg is straight, hand on the ball, and you reach this arm open, same arm as this bent knee, open, come back and lift into the centre. Okay, ready to come with me? So here we go, inhale, exhale, step, breathe in, open, breathe out, close, breathe in, go again, exhale, breathe in, open out, breathe out, and breathe in. So just think of a breath on every movement. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. Breathe again. Breathe and lift. So don't go too fast. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, reach. Down. Open. There's quite a lot going on here. Now if the twists don't suit your body, then you can just stay here and just maybe do a little tiny twist or just reach to the side. So kind of just, so you could just let it open to the side rather than up if you wanted to. Okay. Remember what I said at the beginning, listening to your body. Bum goes back, reach open. A little bit of strength here. Heart rate should be coming up slightly as well. This is quite big movements, big muscles being used. Obviously they require more oxygen. Just going to do one more either side. Reach open. Really nice for your warm-up mobility. Open out, centre, and bring that back in. And release down. Good. Roll your shoulders round. Lovely. Okay. Right, next one. You're going to do a few little reverse lunges, and then we're going to do some rotations with it as well. So remember to keep engaging through your centre. Make sure you're not going to slip on anything. So the lunges are going backwards. I prefer reverse lunges because I find that most people's knees cope with that better, and you're still getting that strength element out of it. So it doesn't matter which leg you step back on. So you're going to step back onto the ball of the back leg, front knee is bent, and this knee is in line with your ankle and your centre toes. You're holding the ball here. Here goes your Charlie's Angels movement. You're just going to do a little rotation to the side and centre. Lift up, stay there, and then bend to the side as well. So we do this in our stretches, but we're doing a little bit of mobility here, and then step that back foot in, switch sides. So you're going to step back onto the ball of the foot, hold that nice strong position with this front knee. Charlie's Angels, here we go. Come back to the centre, lift up. I have to find a bit of humour in some of these things we do somewhere. Over to the side, centre, and then step back in. Repeat again. So step back. Tummy in, shoulders down. Here we go. Charlie's Angels. To the side. Lift up. Reach over. Centre. Step in. So again, just a really another good sort of mobility, bit of strength here as well. And lift up. Bend to the side. Nice opening for your hip as well. One more either side. Step back, stay strong. Rotate, Charlie's Angels. So imagine you've got your gun there, like that. Lift up, take it over, and in, and step it in. One more, bend that front knee. That's where you, and you're light on that back foot. And rotate. Center, lifting up, stay there. Side bend. Whoops, don't lose your balance. Center, and then bring it in. See, even the teacher loses their balance sometimes. It's all okay. I didn't fall over, so that's the main thing. Right, we're going to move to the floor now. So if you'd like to grab your mats and put them in place. Ready? So breathe in. Scoop the tummy in, breathe out, relax your arms, dive forward, bend the knees slightly. Okay, roll it down, walk out, land your knees nice and softly. In the comfort of your own home, that's nice and easy to do. So just place your hands under your shoulders, knees under the hips, and we're just going to do a few cat-cow stretches. So pulling up through the center, push the tops of your feet down into the mat. So if your feet are like this, uncurl your toes and just push the tops so you get a stretch essentially through the front of the ankle as well. So that helps with that ankle flexion and extension. Okay, and then you're just going to pull up into a cat stretch, relax the feet, just let them sort of spring back up again if that's where they want to go, and then lengthen out your spine and just push the feet down into the mat, the front of the feet. One more time, pull up, and then just lengthen out, shoulders down. Very good. And then just bring that to a nice level position. Right, to grab the ball, you're going to place it underneath, I'm going to put it underneath my left knee because that's nearest the camera. So the ball is going to go under the left knee. It's not very pumped up, so if your ball is really pumped up, let a little bit of air out. You don't want the ball that's really like hard to balance on here, okay? So let a little bit of air out. It's quite squashy. But knee is going to go underneath the hip, and then this time you're going to curl the toe under so you've got a little bit of support. And then I want you to just level the hips off. So you're going to lift that right knee off the floor, and then you're going to extend the right leg out. Breathe out. Breathe in, bring the knee in, and then push away again. Exhale. Keep a nice long spine here. Inhale, bring it in, and exhale. Keep your shoulders level, hips level. Just keep that balance, okay? Now, if you feel balanced, take your foot off and extend out. But if you don't, keep your foot down, okay? So take your toe off, so you're balancing into that ball. Abs are in. And do 2 more. Breathe out. Squeeze into that straight leg. Breathe in. 1 more. Push away. Squeeze into that straight leg. And then bring it in and relax. That's quite hard, isn't it? Sit back, have a stretch. Take the pressure off your hands. Move your wrists. Wiggle the fingers. Okay. And then we're just going to simply do exactly the same on the other side. So this is just being on an unstable surface, just gives you have to activate your core a little bit more. So really getting into those deep stabilizing muscles that you couldn't contract. So you couldn't contract it like you do a bicep with a dumbbell or something like that. You know, you have to have a little bit of a wobble going on. So this is why the ball is good for this sort of thing. You could do this with your knees on a couple of cushions maybe. Right, here we go. So the ball of the foot starts supporting you, and you lift the other knee to level the pelvis, because as you can see, with 1 knee on the ball, 1 knee on the floor, the pelvis will be wonky, and we don't ever work in that position, do we? And then, so I want you to level the pelvis first, and then extend that left leg away. Keep a long spine. Now really scoop your abs in, and if you feel balanced, take your foot away. Ooh, you have to concentrate. So trunk nice and stable. That will stop you wobbling on the ball. This is the idea. If you're all wobbly through your middle and like jelly, you're going to have a real difficulty staying still on that ball. So what you need to have is a stable trunk. Exhale. Stretch the leg long. Inhale. And just moving this other leg is just obviously adding to the challenge. Got 2 more to go. Remember, you need to do this with quite a soft ball. Bring it in and knee down and sit back. So it's quite hard on that opposite hip as well because it's trying to stabilise. So again, really good for that sort of stability work. Lovely stuff. Right, come up, sit on your bum. Okay. And I want you to start with the ball between the knees on this one. We're going to do some half rollbacks. Just going to go straight back to start with, and then we're going to do some bow and arrow. Actually, we're going to alternate. We're going to go one straight back, come up, one bow and arrow one side, one bow and arrow the other side, and then straight back again. Okay? I feel like I'm doing oops upside your head. Do you remember that? Oops upside your head. Right, okay. Sit tall, squeeze the ball. We're obviously going to go much slower than that. So squeeze the ball, breathe in to prepare, breathe out, do a little pelvic lift and tilt, tuck underneath you, make that nice C curve with your spine, keep your collarbones wide, don't hunch the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, come up. Breathe in, breathe out, do a bow and arrow one side, we're going to do it really slowly to start with. Inhale, come up, exhale, pull back the other side, squeeze the ball, so you activate your inner thighs. And then go back to the center. Hold it, breathe in. So at the moment we're holding for a breath each time. So you go back, exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go back. Hold this one. Breathe in, make sure the ball is squeezing. And breathe out, come up. Inhale, exhale, pull back. Inhale to come up. Exhale, pull back. Squeeze that ball. Don't release it unless you come up to the center. Here we go, in the center. Breathe in, hold, squeeze the ball. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out, go back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, squeeze the ball and go back. Inhale to come up. Exhale to go back and hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale again, exhale, pull back. Squeeze the ball. Inhale and exhale, go back. Okay, come back to the center, straighten your legs out and roll the ball away. Just give your thighs a little bit of a rest, stretch your back. Lift the ball up so you're reaching above the feet rather than down to the floor. So I want you to really reach out of the hip and forward rather than just crumpling down here and putting maybe a little bit too much stress on your back. Okay, we want to reach out through the hip. We want to stretch the back of the legs essentially. Okay, but we'll keep a long spine. So point your toes up to the ceiling, reach the ball above the feet. Not down here, above. Shoulders down, breathe it out. Okay, super duper. Okay, bring the ball back in between your knees. We're going to do that sequence again, but a little bit quicker. Okay, so inhale to start. Exhale, come back. Open the arms to the side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go back. Pull one side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pull the other side. Squeeze the ball. Inhale to come up. Exhale to go back. Both arms open. Squeeze that ball. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pull the other side. Inhale, keep going. Exhale, both arms come out. Squeeze it. And last time around, breathe out. Breathe in. You should be really feeling this. Legs, abs, and relax. Well done, good. Okay, just bring your soles of your feet together. And just allow the knees to butterfly open here. Just release the hips so you can have a little gentle rock side to side. And then let's do a little bit of that 90-90 as well. So bring your legs somewhere about the ball for the moment. Just put it anywhere it doesn't roll away. So 90 degrees through the legs there. And then just you're going to switch slowly to the other side. So windshield wipe of the legs. One side and then the other. This is just a nice little hip release after holding that ball. And also going back. So just let everything move here. Don't worry about being central so much. Just get that movement going through the legs. And then as you go through, just start to quieten down your upper body. So you're more moving through the hips than allowing the upper body to move as well. So you just kind of just checking out. So just quieten down the upper body so you're not moving everything so much. Quieten down here, shoulders down. Then you might find you can't move your knees quite so far over. That's fine. That's just telling you that's your hips. And just do one more either side. And last time. and center. Good. Okay, right. Grab your ball. You're going to lay all the way down now. So take the ball with you. Nice breath in. Breathe out. Roll it down slowly and smoothly, Pilates style. Reach overhead. Breathe in. Okay, you're going to breathe out. Lift one leg. Lift your upper body. Pass the ball round from the outside to the inside of the knee. Slowly lower down. And exhale. Lift the other leg inside to the outside. Did I say inside to outside? I said outside to inside, didn't I? Inside of the leg to the outside. You're passing the ball through the inner leg to the outer. That's it. Breathing out. Flatten the tummy. Remember, as you come up, try not to let everything push out. Now, if you're feeling this in your back at all, please bend your knees and do it this way. So you can do it with bent knees. Still same movement, but just from a bent knee rather than a straight leg. And you just want to watch. So if you do feel it in your back here, just make sure you've got enough abdominal connection to keep your spine supported. Breathe out, lift, gather the ribs in. And just do 2 more. Leg really straight, point your toe, reach the leg high up to the ceiling. And bring it down, stretch all the way up, stretch your legs out. Very good. Okay, so bend your knees up now, bring your feet flat on the floor. Hopefully you can see me. You're going to put the ball into the base of your spine this time. So again, it's not too pumped up. So ball right into your sacrum area, so below the arch. Make sure it's not pushing into the arch of your back. You don't want that there. You want it in the stable part behind the pelvis. So above your tailbone, but just below the arch of the back, somewhere in between those 2 points. Check you're nice and level through the pelvis. And then again, we're on an unstable surface, so I want you to pick your legs up off the floor carefully. And so you might have a little bit of a wobble. All right, don't worry, just say, find your center, find your balance. Knees above your hips, remember not over the tummy. And then we're just going to tap the heel down on one side. Keep the knee bent and tap the heel down on the other side. Now keep the ribs gathered in. So as you tap down, make sure the ribs don't start to lift and the chest lifts up. You want to keep the ribs and gathered in towards the hips. Neck relaxed, relax your jaw. So just alternately tapping down. And if you feel really stable, bring your arms up to the ceiling. So there's nothing supporting you. And you could also move opposite arm and leg. So if you wanted to add a bit more challenge. This is a little bit easier when the ball is softer. So if you have let a little bit of air out your ball, you might find this is a bit easier. So keep pulling in strong through your center. Breathe out and breathe in. Very nice. Keep going, do another 4 of these. 3, last 2. So really pulling through the middle. Exhale, and then bring that in, and then relax your arms. Step your feet down to the floor one at a time. Take the ball away from your hips and place your feet on top of the ball this time. So feet and knees are going to be together. So squeeze together, and then we're just going to make sure the ball isn't too far away. You don't want to be digging the heels in and trying to lift here, because you're really just going to feel it right into the hamstring. So have your feet on top of the ball, okay? And then I want you to push down and lift the hips up. Not too high, just squeeze your knees together, squeeze your bottom, and then land down. We're just going to do lifting and lowering, okay? So although we're coming into sort of like a bridge position, we're not peeling away and rolling down, we're just lifting and lowering. So push into the ball, squeeze. So this is more for your hamstrings and glutes, so you should feel this. Pushing up, squeeze, and just check your alignment. Make sure the pelvis is nice and level. Now if you can't do it with both feet on the ball, maybe try doing it with 1 foot on the ball, okay? And do about 4 one side, and then do sort of, make sure you switch over and do 4 on the other side as well, okay? That's if you can't do both feet on the ball. Just keep your pelvis nice and level, and then pressure even into both feet. So wherever you are, if you've got both feet on and you're still going, well done, do 2 more. Squeeze, come on, you can do it. It's a really good part of your stability is your inner thigh muscles as well. Bring it down and relax. Just hold the ball, grab the ball, put it between the knees and hug them in. Good, and then bring your legs into tabletop position again with the ball there between the knees, and we're just going to do some little side rolls over and centre, and then to the other side. So keep your head and neck still, and again you're gathering in through the ribs as the knees go over. Think of just pulling in and breathing out, so like a little break action for your middle. Now if you feel this in your back, again please put your feet on the floor and just roll the knees with the feet down. Don't use the weight of the legs, otherwise you could put more pressure on your spine if there's something not working quite right there. So again, listen to your body. If there's anything painful, don't push through it, put your feet down. You should just feel it in your obliques either side, you shouldn't feel this in your back. Okay, if you want to make this a little bit harder, extend the bottom leg today. Sometimes we do the top leg, but this time as you extend over, extend the bottom leg and push the top knee into the ball. Oh, you'll feel that much more in your inner thighs as well. And use that bottom leg to kind of push yourself back as well. So you go over, extend that bottom leg, and use that bottom leg to push into the ball to come back, so you get more inner thigh. Ugh. Very good. Keep going. Inner thighs. Here we go. You're going to feel this tomorrow or the next day maybe. One more either side. Extend. Push into the ball. That's what it's there for. Extend. Push. Bring it over and relax. Oh, step the feet down. And again, just allow the knees to butterfly open. Take the ball overhead. You're going to breathe in. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to breathe out and do a curl up. So while you're stretching those inner thighs, bring the ball between the knees. As you lay down, bring the knees together now. Start to move that stretch. Open, curl up, and down. Curl up, open the knees, reach through. Good work. Keep going. Breathing out. Remember, at any point if you need to rest, you just hug your knees in. 3 to go. Breathing out, curling up. Bring it in. Last 2. Come on, you can do it. Just keep that chin slightly nodded in to help your neck. And bring it in. And relax. So hopefully you've forgotten all about your inner thighs now. Right, you're going to roll over onto your side. And lay down on your mat in a straight line. You're going to keep the ball with you. I'm just going to use that as a little bit of a prop. You're going to take the ball overhead. So again, with nothing here at the front supporting you, you could be a little bit wobbly. So make sure you line yourself up and you engage through your centre. Find that stability and stretch your legs nice and long. Keep the bottom leg down on the floor. Hold the ball with the top hand. And I just want you to lift the leg and tap the outside of your leg. Anyway, if you can tap your calf, that's good. Bring your leg nice and high. But watch the hips don't roll back. So keep your pelvis stacked. Breathe out. If you need a bit of padding underneath your hip, remember please put some padding underneath if it's uncomfortable here where you're laying. If you've got like a little bony bit or anything that sort of feels like it's digging into the floor, check your alignment first, and if your alignment's okay, then you need a little bit of extra padding maybe. That's it. Keep your head down. Breathing out, lift the leg high. Concentrate on lifting this leg high and keeping your pelvis in place. So really working the outer thigh now and the shoulder. You're still working through your centre because you're stabilising, so hopefully you're not wobbling around. Okay, last 2. Lift. And one more. Okay, now just take the ball onto the floor, lift the leg halfway. You're just going to light fingertips on the ball. Now pulse the leg up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Reach it long, 2, and 1, and bring it down. Whoa! So not only the inner thigh, but outer thigh as well there. So you need to balance the exercises out. Okay, nice work. And again, you're going to come up. And you're just going to switch straight over onto the other side, I think, today. Need to be aware of the time a little bit today, so. things are getting busy. It's like booked up. One thing to another now. Not that I'm complaining, but right, so lay in a straight line, stretch the legs long, stack the hips up. Okay, here we go. So make sure you can take that ball overhead. If you're having a little bit of a wobble, just check out your alignment, check out your connection through your center. Ready? Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift, tap. Inhale, reach over. Exhale, inhale. So keep reaching the leg really long. So long and as high as you can without losing your position. Keep stretching that bottom leg long as well. You really want to reach out of the joints. We don't want all the joints all crunching up and cramping, crunching in. Reach out through the leg. That's it, keep going. Breathe. Keep the leg going high so you really feel those outer thigh muscles. The side of your foot should be facing, when you lift the leg, the side of the foot should be facing the ceiling, not the toe. Because you don't want to be here, that means you've tipped back. Okay, so you need the side of the foot facing the ceiling to really work those outer thigh muscles. That was just so I could get out of a few extra reps. Only joking. Do 2 more. And 1 more. Now bring the leg down for a moment, put the ball down, rest your hand on it lightly, so fingertips here. Now lift your leg back up and then we're going to pulse. Up, 2, 3, higher, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do we do 12? I can't remember now. 9, 10, 11 and 12. And bring the leg slowly down and relax. Woo! You can really feel that in your legs, yeah? Good work. Anyway, right, we're now going to lay on our tummies. Keep the ball with you. We're going to pass the ball around the back of the body as we lift up. So if you're not sure what that's all about, just watch one first before you lay down, because I don't want you sort of trying to do it and looking up at your screen thinking, what on earth is she doing? Okay, so just quickly show you. You're going to start with the ball overhead, and then just want you to pass it around the body without lifting first of all. So you're just going to do it one way and then the other, so we're alternating directions. And then what you're going to end up doing is lifting up, try and pass the ball sort of beyond your bum and down, and then other side, pass the ball round and don't crease the neck. So this is why I don't want you looking up at your screen thinking, what is she doing? Okay, so you're going to lift, breathe out, pass the ball round, breathe in, breathe out, pass the ball round, your feet stay on the floor, and you just got a light engagement through your abdominals. Okay, right, let's all start together. So lay down, you don't need to look up, you know what you're doing now. So just start with your head down and passing the ball round the body. So you just find that range of movement through your shoulders, passing around the back of the body alternately. See how that feels, okay? Now, of course, if you're not comfortable to pass the ball round the body for any shoulder or restrictions or anything like that, just tap the ball to the thigh and then switch hands and tap the ball to the other thigh, to the back of the thigh, okay? So you can do that. That's your modification for you. Right, as soon as you're ready to go, lift up, pass the ball round and down. Switch sides. And again, if you don't want to pass the ball around the back of the body, if you're any shoulder pain or anything, just bring the ball down, tap the thigh, lift, and then come back up. Okay, so you can tap the thigh, lift, and come back up. So essentially doing the same movement, but you just haven't got that movement behind the back with the shoulders. Keep alternating the direction of the ball. Abs are lifting in. Feel this in your back. Don't crease the neck. Keep the neck long. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to lower. We've got 4 more of these. Last 2. And last one. Real good bit of strength work for the back of your body there. Can you feel that? I hope you can. Right, put the ball between your ankles. So just bend your knees, grab the ball and then put it down on the floor. And then just have a little shuffle around. We're going to keep the upper half still for this bit. And I want you to just have the ball between your ankles. You're going to bend the knees. Okay, once the knees are bent, just sort of make sure the front of the hips are down, just by lengthening the knees away from you. Don't just push down to your back. You don't want your back to arch here. You want the knees to sort of lengthen away from you, so you can have a little wiggle of the legs, moving them away. And then lower the legs gently down, keeping the ball squeezed. And again, bend the knees. And releasing slowly down. Right, bend the knees and see if you can do a tiny lift, pushing the ball up towards the ceiling and then down. So just lifting the knees lightly off the mat. It's only a little lift if you can. Tummy in, push. So you see the knees are lifting off the mat a tiny bit. And then straighten out. So you're going to bend the knees, keep them bent. Sole of the foot faces the ceiling and you just push up. So you're just lightening that. And think about working your glutes. So keep the tummy lifting and then push and squeeze the glutes. Try not to feel it all in your back. If you need to, you might want to place a pillow in the front of your pelvis here to stop your back from really arching, okay? So if you need to do that, put a pillow in front of your pelvis so when your lower back isn't kind of really taking the strain. So you want to keep this area a little bit open, all right? Curl. It's all right if it goes a little tiny bit, but if you've got a tendency to have a really deep curve in your lower back, you might want to, say, place a pillow in front of you. Push and down. Last two. Curl. So I'm giving away probably loads of information. Sometimes it's a bit much, isn't it? Ramble on sometimes, sorry. Pushing up, squeeze it. And release down and relax. Good, very nice. Right, come up onto your hands and knees. Ooh. And then take a nice easy sit back towards the ball. So sit your hips back. Really ease back carefully, take your time. Relax your feet and your ankles. Reach your arms forward and sit the hips back and just kind of melt into that stretch rather than forcing anything. So just melt back. Breathe in, nice deep breath, feel the ribs expanding on the thighs, and then breathe out as you sink back further. Not forcing it, we're sinking. We're melting into our position. Okay, good. Right, and then slowly make your way back onto your hands and knees. And then we're going to lay on our backs this time. Nearly finished. So lay on your back with the ball between your knees. And we're going to finish with a nice little bit of bridging here. So Pilates bridge is where we're peeling away and rolling down, as you know, moving in and out of neutral. So start from your neutral position, breathing in. And then don't push into the feet unless your back is on the floor. So as you exhale, I want you to lift from inside, pelvic floor. So pelvic floor, pulling up and in from inside, and then scoop the tummy in. So you just feel your back lightly go into the mat. We're not really ramming the back into the floor and squeezing the bum, okay? So it's a pelvic lift and a scoop of the tummy. So it's a subtle imprint of the spine. So it's like a liquid kind of imprint, okay? And then from there, once your back is on the floor, then you push into your feet and peel away. Lift up to where you can, not too high. Make sure your ankles are below your knees. You don't want to have your feet too far in. So have your ankles below your knees. And as you squeeze up, your tailbone is lengthening away from you. Don't come up so high that you're arching your lower back and you're flaring your ribs out, okay? So you want to keep, again, the ribs gathered in slightly. Tailbone is away from you and you're squeezing the glutes. And then as you roll down, just try and relax the bum cheeks a little bit to roll down and feel your back roll into the mat nice and smoothly that way. And then go again. So with the breath, inhale, exhale, pelvic lift, pelvic tilt, scoop in, and then press into the feet. Squeeze, send your tailbone away from you. Keep the ribs down, nice and wide through the shoulders. Okay, breathing in and breathing out, rolling down. I've seen loads of videos on social media where they're doing bridging and they're coming up way too high with the back arched, the neck crunched in, and you know, the ribs all flaring out. That's not really where we're going with Pilates, okay? So Pilates bridge is slightly different to some that you may have seen elsewhere. So be aware of that. So the neck is still quite nice and long. The spine is not arching as such, you know, you're maintaining a neutral position here, really. And obviously in some yoga positions, they ask you to lift the hips really high, but that's yoga, okay? That's not Pilates. So again, don't get the two confused. The differences may be subtle, but unless obviously they're pointed out, which they're not always, you're not going to know. Don't expect you to. Just going to do one more of these bridges. Feel your back should be moving really nice and fluidly now. Squeezing the ball, so give that stability there. Feet are down, and then roll down and relax on the end. Well done. Good. Just hug your knees in and take the ball to one side. Just hug the knees in. Okay, keep hold of one leg and send the other leg out onto your mat and relax your leg on the floor, and then just bring this leg straight up to the ceiling. Okay, breathing in, breathing out. You're going to climb the tree. Here we go. Do you remember this from a few videos back? So if you can, curl up, scoop the tummy in, and just climb the tree and just hold, elbows wide, neck released, and you just want to like almost push the leg into the hands a little bit so you feel a stretch here in the hamstrings. Curl up. No strain. You should be fighting with a leg here like this. And it should be quite relaxed and just like feel, yeah, that feels good. Nice stretch. Okay, and then walk your hands gently down the leg, avoiding the knee, and rest your head down. Fold the knee in. Take this knee over across the body, and then look the other way into a twist. Stretching down these side glutes again. Just take a few deep breaths in and out. Relax your shoulders. Very nice. Now bring your knee back to the center. Hug your other thigh in first. So hug it in, and then stretch this leg away that you've just held on to. Relax your neck and shoulders. Straighten this leg you've got hold of now up to the ceiling. Just lengthen the leg up. See how that feels. You can just hold it here if you want to. If you don't like climbing up the tree, then you don't have to. You stay on the ground. So when you're ready, inhale. If you want to climb up, exhale, lift. And then just keep breathing in and out. Don't hold your breath here. Just breathe in and breathe out. Push the leg into the hands. You might even come up a bit higher. If you start to shake, come down. Okay, and then slowly walking the hands back down the leg. Rest the head down. Bring your knee in, fold it in, and then take it across the body. Use your hand to guide the knee over and look the other way. Just take some nice deep breaths in and out here. Okay, very good. Bring your knee back to the center and to the floor. And then bend both knees, roll over onto your side and carefully sit yourself up now. And as you come up, let's just do a little bit of inner thigh release. So we're going to go back to that 90-90. So knees 90 degrees on every angle, and then slowly to the other side, wind like a windscreen wiper. And then over you go. That's it, a little bit of hip release again. It's just nice to do when you've been squeezing the ball between, we've had the ball between our knees quite a bit today. So we don't want to build any tension in the hips. We just want to build a bit of strength, don't we? And stability. And tone our muscles. Okay, so bring your knees to the center now, and then just bring the soles of the feet together and open out. You might find this a little bit easier now. If you don't like having the soles of the feet together, you can have your legs out wide in a V and just stretch forward if you prefer, if that's your preference. Okay, you choose. And just when you're in this position, don't have your legs, like, try not to have your feet right up here. It's okay to have the feet away from you. It's the knees you want to butterfly open to release the hips, okay? Sit tall. And then you can lean over the legs if you feel the stretch release a little bit. Lean over. Try not to hunch your shoulders though, just lean forward. And then coming out of that, bring your legs together. Come round onto your hands and knees. And just do a nice little cat stretch here. So pulling up through the centre, stretch your back of your body and lengthen out the spine. And go again, pull up. Lengthen out. Right, come, make sure you're not on a slippery surface. We're going to come into our downward dog. So curl the toes onto the balls of the feet as you lift the hips. Send the hips up to the ceiling and bring your chest towards your thighs. Now spread out your fingers. Don't just dump the weight into the wrists. Make sure you're pushing into your fingertips. Spread them out and then pedal through the feet here if that feels good for you. Really stretching into that lower leg area as well. And just watch in this position your spine doesn't become rounded, so it's quite good if you can see your reflection somewhere. I want you to send your tailbone up to the ceiling a little bit higher now. Keep the feet still and concentrate on having that nice diagonal line through your back rather than being all like, hopefully you're not all hunched over like this, okay? So nice diagonal line, lift the hips up high. You can have your knees bent if it's your hamstrings that are giving you that rounded spine. Bend your knees, don't bend your back, okay? So, and then you can gradually straighten out the legs as you work through this movement over time. Okay, enough chit chat from there. Bend the knees, walk your feet in towards your hands. Keep the knees bent, your body soft. Just keep drawing the lower abs in a little bit. Breathe in at the bottom, and we're going to breathe out to roll the spine up, stacking each vertebra. Take your time. And then reach for the ceiling. Give your body a chance to adapt to being up again, and breathe out. And again, nice breath in, reach up to the ceiling. Breathe out. Take a side bend. Other side, reach over. And back through, and finally a nice deep breath. Bend the knees, breathe in. Wiggle the fingers as you breathe out, relax the hands. And one more time, deep breath in. And a long breath out. Bring your hands together to your heart center. Take a bow and give yourself a well-deserved clap before taking part. Well done.